Hello everyone. Whatever you say, popularity is tough. You can't become famous and just stay like this for the rest of your life. Celebrities need to constantly keep the public interested by starring in good movies, releasing successful albums, and attending various events, otherwise their fame will soon be gone. There are many examples of this in history. For this video, we found the stories of a few celebrities who were on everyone's lips until recently, and then just disappeared. But what happened to them? We're gonna figure it out. Let's get it on. Psy. On July the 15th, 2012, the Gangnam Style video was uploaded to YouTube, and it went viral at once. On November the 24th of the same year, it became the most viewed video in the history of YouTube. By May the 31st, 2014, the Gangnam Style video had over 2 billion views, and in December, Google was forced to upgrade the YouTube view counter code as the number of views exceeded the maximum. Thanks to this video, the South Korea performer Psy, whose real name is Park Jae-sang, became famous across the globe. Long before the famous video, Park had studied in the US. He'd stirred up the Korean pop music scene, getting a fine for the appropriate content of his album. He had even served in the army. When you look at the star of Gangnam Style, it's hard to imagine that he could have anything to do with the military. But in 2003, Park Jae-sang was indeed called up for compulsory military service, mandatory for all South Korean men between the age of 18 and 35. 2 years later, he was released from service, but then the army changed its mind and he was called up again. Only in July 2009, the singer was able to return to what he loves doing. In 2012, he released his 6th album, Psy 6, 6 Rules, which included the song Gangnam Style, and boom. Of course, after that came other albums, singles, and even a duo with Snoop Dogg, but the worldwide popularity of Psy decreased noticeably. He is still known in South Korea and even founded his own music label, but he still considers Gangnam Style the most important achievement in his life. Britney Spears. At one point, Britney's popularity was just over the top. The singer's debut album, Baby One More Time, made her world famous. And the single of the same name topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Then came new albums, new hits, new music videos, Grammy Awards, incredibly profitable record sales. According to the Recording Industry Association of America, Britney Spears sold more than 100 million copies of her albums around the world, and if you count the singles, then over 200 million records. Britney was featured in the Guinness Book of Records and Forbes, and everyone wanted to know about her personal life. However, the pop princess didn't grow into a pop queen. First a difficult divorce, then the death of a close relative, numerous rehabs, scandals, more visits to hospitals, mental breakdowns, problems with the law, conflicts with her ex-husband over the children.
Yeah. It's okay.
Despite her worldwide popularity and serious income, which in 2018 amounted to $30 million, it's hard to consider Britney to be happy. However, she does not give up and keeps making music. In August 2016, her 9th studio album called Glory was released, and it received positive reviews from critics. Taylor Lautner. Not so long ago, the face of the American actor Taylor Lautner was featured in all kinds of magazines. In 2008, Taylor, who until then was a nobody, was cast to play an important role in the first film of the saga, Twilight. On the casting, he met Kristen Stewart, who has already been offered to play Bella. He read a part of the script with her and soon got the role of Jacob Black. In order to look like a werewolf, Taylor had to train, building muscle, and the results totally paid off. Before Twilight, the actor starred only in advertising and some small TV shows. Back then, his coolest film was The Adventure of Shark Boy and Lava Girl 3D. A classic, right? But as soon as he appeared on the screen as a werewolf, Taylor began to be recognized on the streets, and the fans followed him everywhere. You might think he had it all figured out after such a success, but something went wrong. In September 2011, the film Abduction, starring Taylor and Lily Collins, was released, and it didn't make critics happy, who severely criticized Taylor's acting skills. So after Twilight, Lautner hasn't been in any single major project, and it doesn't look like the situation is going to change. Elijah Wood. Most people know Elijah Wood from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and that's not surprising at all. But before he became a full-size hobbit and hung the ring around his neck, he had already appeared in several films. After all, Elijah started acting at a very young age. When he was 9, critics celebrated his acting skills, and some even considered him the most talented young actor in history. After his role in the 1990 film Avalon, after conquering the world with his awesome performance of Frodo, Elijah starred in other famous films, among them Sin City, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and the TV series Wilfred. In addition, Wood has lent his voice to several characters from such animated series as Over the Garden Wall and Happy Feet.
Deep down in your heart, you're a stubborn jerk. When are you gonna give this up?
Maybe never.
Nevertheless, he hasn't starred in any other projects as epic as Lord of the Rings. Perhaps the actor is not just very good at choosing roles and can't get past the image of Frodo. Or maybe he's just not looking for big projects and enjoys doing what he likes.
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Tobey Maguire.
Hi, sweetie.
Before Tom Holland and even before Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man was portrayed by Tobey Maguire. In 2002, after the release of the first Spider-Man film, the actor became famous throughout the world. Then came the sequel, which made Tobey even more popular. But what happened after that? Why didn't anyone offer him the role of Peter Parker? Apparently, the third film of the trilogy ruined everything. Spider-Man 3 was released on May 3rd, 2007, and became a real box office success, raising $890.9 million. It was the most profitable film of the trilogy, but the critics' reactions were, well, the film received mixed reviews, which were very different from the reactions to the previous films of the trilogy. On Rotten Tomatoes, an American review aggregation website, the overall rating of the film plummeted day after day after its official release. In the end, things got so bad that the filmmakers decided not to make a fourth film. After such an embarrassing failure, Tobey starred in several other films such as Brothers, along with Natalie Portman and Jake Gyllenhaal, as well as in The Great Gatsby. Well, he also voiced the film The Boss Baby, but that's not that kind of success.
Who is this guy? Why is he here? What's with that outfit? Why is he so fat?
Shia LaBeouf. After Shia's appearance in Transformers and Indiana Jones, everyone expected his career to blow up, but it turned out that the actor had serious behavioral disorders. He was repeatedly arrested for disorderly conduct. Shia often showed aggression against random people, including police officers, and generally did weird things. There were rumors that the actor had serious problems with alcohol too, and other substances. After the third Transformers movie, LaBeouf starred in the film Lawless, the scandalous nymphomaniac and Fury, but it looks like the actor needs to do something more serious if he wants to make a comeback. But for now, many people remember him as the guy who motivates others, saying, "Just do it!" in front of a green screen. Avril Lavigne. Teen idol and Canadian singer Avril Lavigne was incredibly popular in the 2000s. Her debut album Let's Go, released in 2002, sold 16 million copies, and her songs topped different world charts, and Lavigne was considered one of the most successful artists of her time. But you probably haven't heard about her in a long time. 2 unsuccessful marriages became a serious challenge for the singer, but a much bigger problem was a disease. In April 2015, she told People magazine that she'd been diagnosed with a terrible condition, the Lyme disease. It kept Avril bedbound for a long time. This terrible disease is carried by ticks and is not always treatable. Avril even thought she wouldn't make it, but fortunately it all ended well. Although the singer is no longer the same young rebel that everybody knew, she keeps writing music and even releasing albums. Eddie Murphy. In the 80s, people were crazy about Eddie Murphy. He starred in top-notch comedies, making the audience cry with laughter. In addition, he was a famous stand-up comedian, working hard on amusing everyone. In the 90s, everything got worse though, and with the years, his career went down. Some say that Eddie, a natural comedian, just had a creative block. At one point, he got a little better and won a Golden Globe for his role in the musical drama Dreamgirls. He was even nominated for an Oscar. He also lent his voice to characters of some successful movies. The most prolific of them was Donkey from the animated film Shrek.
We're in love! I think we're in love!
But even the famous cartoon franchise couldn't bring the comedian his former popularity. In 2012, Eddie Murphy was named the most overpaid actor in Hollywood. From 2013 to 2015, Eddie Murphy's career stagnated. Only in 2016, the actor returned to the screen in the drama Mr. Church, but the film was again met with bad reviews. Cameron Diaz. American actress Cameron Diaz was born in San Diego, California. At the age of 16, she started her modeling career and traveled the world to work with companies such as Calvin Klein and Levi's. Cameron was 21 years old when she auditioned for The Mask and unexpectedly got the part. She took acting lessons to prepare for the shooting, and her efforts paid off. The Mask was in the top 10 of the most popular box office movies in 1994, and Cameron became really popular. Directors offered her roles in a variety of films, and Diaz was in literally every movie. There's Something About Mary, Charlie's Angels, Vanilla Sky, Gangs of New York, and even Shrek, in which Cameron voiced Princess Fiona.
Word has come from far, far away. Is leading tonight's ogre hunt?
In 2010, Forbes magazine named Diaz one of the richest female celebrities. Everything seemed to be going well, but after that, Cameron began to choose really bad films. Despite the fact that many of them did a lot of money and Diaz was praised for her work, the reviews of the films were negative. Her last role was in the movie adaptation of the 1977 Broadway musical Annie. The film was nominated for a Golden Raspberry, and critics considered Cameron's performance to be too harsh and unpleasant. As a result, the actress took a break in her career. In 2017, apparently tired of failing and facing difficulties in her career, she confessed she wanted to quit acting. Psst, dude, are you looking for new technologies and great gadgets? Are your thoughts focused on the future? Do you love huge vehicles and can't imagine your life without robots around you? Then visit TechZone and you'll find all this and more. The link is in the description. You interested? Great.